Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. We had a very big day over here yesterday. If you guys didn't see it yet, we had a different interview than normal. We've never interviewed someone not actually on the show, but we mentioned on our last episode we were going to interview whoever we could to get BTST and more information on the cast and bring whatever we could. So we got the chance to interview Joe's girlfriend, Avery, and we took it. And I know some of the comments were like, why are we interviewing her? She's not on the show, but people have also seemed to really enjoy it. So we were happy with. I thought she was wonderful.
Yeah.
She gave us more insight into the really what Joe's like, and she was really kind about Madison. I know people that didn't watch it and commented were like really pitting them against each other, but her interview wasn't like that at all. She definitely isn't loving like all of the negative stuff that Madison's saying, but she also said like that's her story to tell and she understands. So
Yeah.
I thought it went good, and she gave us some tea on Casey,
Yeah.
which we didn't see coming.
Yeah, I think that was a big mic drop moment that Casey and Joe actually did have a few dates after him and Madison's engagement ended. I think she made it clear that the engagement didn't end because of Casey. And I do think I've just been seeing some stuff online, TikTok and Instagram, and I feel like that's going to be a big moment at the reunion. The fact that Casey and Joe did have a few dates, because all of us were kind of wondering, like, where is this coming from for Madison? Like, so to even find out that Casey was flirting with him was a big deal. So, you know, that was pretty big tea to find out that she did actually date Joe and, you know, seemingly slept together. That's what it sounded like to me based on the interview, because she said she would hit him up for a booty call. So I mean, I think that's a pretty big tea. And I think it's going to come out at the reunion, and I think it's going to be a mic drop moment for Madison, but we already know.
Yeah. Yeah, we never wait on the tea spilling, and when we heard about this, we had to ask Avery about it because Madison was the one who brought it to everybody's attention. She did an interview with Love to See It podcast, and she said that Joe and Casey had flirted the night before he broke up with her. So if you haven't watched that interview, it's also really good. And it kind of like started that tea, and then we heard from someone else that Joe and Casey had gone on some dates, but we didn't know if that was true. So, of course, we asked Avery to confirm it, and she confirmed it and more. Apparently, Casey could not let him go after they started dating, which I do see a lot of comments saying, why did Joe entertain it? And we did kind of wonder that ourselves. I don't think we said that to Avery, but I'm sure she also, I feel like that was not a fight, but like something they had to deal with in terms of like, can we not let Casey have this access to you? Like, why is she able to keep calling you? I think that was probably something they eventually stopped, but this was when they were brand new first dating, right? So that's not happening now. It's been 1.5 years since they met, so it's kind of confusing the timeline. But
Yeah, I did see a lot of comments also thinking that her and Joe just started dating, and it wasn't. No, it's like the show filmed 1.5 years ago. She's been with Joe for 1 year now, so she hadn't even seen these episodes airing as we are all seeing now. Speaking of tea, we have some huge wedding spoilers. We did spoilers for episodes 10 and 11, and we told you guys we didn't know who got married, but we knew who didn't get married. We have wedding day spoilers, but we are going to drop them at the end of this episode, so make sure you guys stay tuned, because we just don't want anyone listening that doesn't want a spoiler and then they accidentally hear it. So either forward to the end of this episode if you want to hear the wedding day spoilers, or just
don't listen to this one.
or just don't listen if you don't want to hear the spoilers, or we'll give you another warning when we're going to drop them after our Potomac recap.
Yes, and we will still be recapping the wedding episode. So if you're not a spoiler person, come back for the recap. We always give a lot of warning on a spoiler and put it, in the title, and we make sure it's coming. We don't just like sprinkle them in our recap. So this will have spoilers at the end, but then if you come back for the recap, no spoilers on that. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Any other receipt reports for Love is Blind at the moment?
No, but we're gonna have some really fun reunion spoilers for you guys too next week. We
Yeah.
got so much good stuff, so much good tea. We can't even contain it. But again, as Ashley said, for any spoilers, we will give fair warning for our listeners that don't like spoilers. So don't worry.
Yes. Yeah, you get it all here. Recap, spoilers, tea, we got it all. So yeah, judging from the interview with Avery, and then Madison made a few TikToks yesterday talking about stuff she's found out and the reunion. So yeah, it's clear that this is going to be a big fight at the reunion. So even though, the season has been a dumpster fire, as we've said, a mess, not a lot of love, it's going to continue to be messy at the reunion, which it's entertaining. As
It
much as
is.
we
It
want a
is.
good love story, it's also fun to see this. Like, it is very real, like this whole going on dates, hooking up, seeing her at the bar, you're with your new girlfriend. Like, we've said this, I think, on our last season recap, where we wish they captured all of this, right? The aftermath, once the actual pods and the weddings go down, all these cast members who are single always get so messy at the bars in this town after. They
Yeah,
need
and they
an
start
after
hooking
show.
up. They start hooking up. You know, Avery kind of mentioned that a lot of the cast members have hooked up with each other. And it's like, yeah, I'm like, how small is Denver? Because it's like Madison said
Very
they went
small.
out to a bar and didn't know the singles were going to be there. Then Joe and Avery go out to a bar and Casey's there. It's like, they must not have a lot of bars out there.
No. No, we need to go see for ourselves one day. Every time we watch one of these, I'm like, this city looks interesting. Maybe I don't want to go there to date anyone, but it would be fun to go watch all this mess. So we'll get into our Potomac recap now, season 10, episode 2. I guess a little receipt report for that one. I'm sure you've heard by now that Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie were arrested on fraud charges. Did you hear anything about all of this?
I heard all about it. I watched the press conference and everything
Oh, no.
because I was so excited because I finally knew what they were talking about. Because as you guys know, I'm not a housewife girly. So like, but when I seen it, I was like, wait, I know this housewife. I just watched this housewife. Like I was
Right?
so like thrilled with Happy Eddie. Like, and so I did have some friends like explain the lore to me of like why it's such a big deal that Wendy specifically is getting these kind of charges. And it was like insurance fraud, right? Like to where she was trying to
Yes.
make a fraudulent insurance claim and claim things got stolen that she had returned or that they never purchased or never owned. I'm like, and then you put it in an email. That doesn't seem very smart. There's
Yeah,
no
they
camera footage of a burglar going in and out. I'm like, okay, if you want to, if you got to commit to the bit, you got to kind of dot some
yeah.
T's and cross some I's. Not that I'm encouraging anybody to commit insurance fraud, but if you're going to do it, I think, at least hire someone to make it look
Yeah.
like there was a break-in. I don't know.
Yeah, like we've seen like fake break-ins on Dateline, or I have, and it's like you got to pull out some drawers, you got to throw some dirt around, you got to break a window. Apparently there was no sign of forced entry, no camera footage. They said the only way someone could have got, because they said their house was robbed while they were on vacation, is what they claimed, and so there was only one way in through this bathroom window, and there was no disturbance you would have had to like step onto the toilet. There was no footprints. There was no dirt, like nothing amiss in the house at all, except for the stuff stolen. So I think the police were not onto them, but suspicious at first. And then I saw some of their neighbors said as soon as they heard about it, they thought it was fraud because they've never had a burglary in the neighborhood ever, like ever. It's very safe apparently. So, but I wouldn't necessarily think that's a red flag because these housewives do get targeted for burglaries. We've seen it quite a bit because
Right.
you can kind of track when they're out of town. They have specific things. So that wasn't such a red flag to me. But yeah, she apparently claimed like a wedding ring was stolen and then she was seen wearing it on the red carpet. They got
That's not
photos.
smart.
No, and I think they tried to claim with like multiple insurance companies for the same things. So they were like getting triple dip pay from like 3 different insurance companies allegedly. So Yeah, not looking good. And it's funny because there's a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills who said the same thing happened to her. And people have always been very suspicious of if this was a fraud, and this doesn't help their case, which I don't know. She was home when it happened. So they had like guns and the whole thing. And so,
Oh,
but her husband is a little shady and he was out of town, out of the country. So people think
uh-huh.
he set it up, not that she's in on it, but no proof of that one. But if that ends up coming out, I know a lot of people will be like, "We knew it," because
So, but
I'm
they ended up going through with the claim and ended up getting the insurance money?
yeah.
The Beverly
Mhm.
Hills one? Mm.
Yeah, and people have been very suspicious because apparently the robbers came in with guns, they took her phone, but then they left her phone by the gate so she could, like, call police after. So people thought that was weird. I don't know if I find that so weird just because phones have trackers now, right? So if you rob someone, you don't really wanna keep their phone. I mean, they
Yeah,
probably shoulda, like, smashed it or thrown it over a fence, so people just thought, "Oh, they left her phone so nicely at the gate for her to come and get." So people thought that was suspicious, but it's been a whole storyline on it's, Dorit on Beverly Hills Housewives, and she's gone
mhm.
through, like, therapy, PTSD, like, her kids were home. I just don't think anyone would do that. This you're not home, it's a lot more suspicious, but
Yeah, I mean, it's even more suspicious when you're wearing items
yes.
allegedly that you put in your claim, like, come on.
Yeah, they probably got a little sloppy because you report it to the police and they thought police believe them, and then you kinda get bold, and they were probably like,
Or
"Yeah, there's."
didn't think anyone would notice. You just
Mhm.
don't think anyone's gonna notice.
Mhm, you don't think people and that's the thing is surprising because she is, like, a very highly educated woman, she's very, like, intelligent, and
Yeah,
I even know insurance companies, they aren't just paying it out like, "Oh, who cares?" Like, they have investigators, private investigators, detectives, like, they're if you make a claim, like a injury claim or anything like this, like, they're watching you, and they're taking pictures of you, and if you are doing fraud, they will catch you, so
yeah,
I think I'm surprised that she wasn't more careful, at least
yeah,
to, like, get rid of the stuff that you claimed and not wear it in public again, but
yeah,
yeah. And she
yeah.
did make a statement today for the first time. This is the first time that she's spoken out about anything, so
Oh,
she
okay, I didn't
said
s
yeah, it was just 2 hours ago.
okay.
It says, "And through it all, God remains faithful. Thank you for the outpouring of love, support, and prayers for myself, and most importantly, my family during this time. We are forever grateful." So, this is one of those things where it's like, she probably won't be, like, ostracized because the victim is an insurance company, right? It's not like with Jen Shaw where she was ripping off elderly people.
Yeah,
But, when someone rips off an insurance company, everyone else pays more money. So she probably thinks it's a victimless crime, but we also do pay so much for insurance that sometimes it's annoying and you're like, don't care that someone gets a big payout. So I think
yeah,
she'll be fine. Like, I don't think they're going to get her off
yeah.
the show or anything. So,
Yeah, I don't think people care that much. I think it's more
no.
of a, like, people are, like, shocked and just disappointed because it was
Hmm.
unexpected, and it's also, like, uh, doesn't your husband's company do really well? So what do you really need the money for? Like, that's just
Hmm.
been the consensus that I've seen, not anybody being like, "Oh, to hell with her, she's canceled."
No.
It's just kind of like, "Damn,
Yeah, they never
bitch, she
cancel.
tried to catch a lick and Blair fuck up, I guess."
Yeah, you can go to jail for years on these shows and you're not canceled. They don't really cancel the housewives. They can get away with all of this stuff,
Is
so
this
she'll be fine.
something you think she'll do jail time for?
I don't know. I think it depends on I kind of feel like she thinks they might and I think someone said something about like we'll have our day in court. So I don't know if they think they have a way out of it. So
Okay.
we'll have to see what happens. But I don't think it would be a lot of jail time. Like, we've seen Karen had her 4th DUI and crashed her car, and I think she got, like, a few months. So, I think when
Yeah.
it's just a financial crime but sometimes they like to make an example out of these public figures,
Yeah.
so we'll see what
Yeah.
happens,
I
but
don't know. I just be like white collar crimes. White people be doing it all the time, and they be in jail. I be like, that's it. That's
yeah,
all he got for doing all for stealing those
yeah,
millions of dollars. So I mean, I think he'll be okay. So
yeah,
I'm like, how is I like? Did you scam like the Wolf of Wall Street? Did he like? Wasn't he doing like all
yeah,
this fraud, like white collar crimes is what they call them? But
yes.
yeah,
Yeah, and I think, like, Yeah, aren't we always bailing out banks or something? It's like, whatever, let her have her money. Who
She
cares?
tried
So,
to catch a little lick. It's okay. She
yeah.
got caught.
I wonder I'm not sure when he started, like, his Happy Eddie company, and I wonder if it was around the same time because obviously businesses take money to start up, so maybe they used the money to start up this business, so at least they did something productive with it, right? So but I think this is the problem with housewives in general is it's so hard to keep up to what you portray on TV, and that's why a lot of them do find themselves in these situations because they're paying for their glam, their outfits, the parties, and it's
Did
crazy. They're not getting paid enough.
question because my understanding of the case was that they didn't get the payout because they caught on to the fact that it was fraud before. So they actually got the payout?
Oh, I just assumed that you would have to get paid to be charged with fraud, but maybe
Oh, okay.
attempted fraud? I
Maybe.
I
I
don't know.
don't
I
know.
just
I guess from my readings, I was like, oh, they got the investigators caught on to the fact that it was fraud
oh,
before they
maybe.
even received the payout. So maybe they
Well,
didn't.
that's good. Then they won't have
Yeah.
to pay anything back at least. So
Yeah,
that
maybe. I don't know if you guys know, let us know in the comments. Did they receive the
yeah.
payout or did they not receive the payout?
Yeah, that I just assumed because they were charged with fraud that they had received the money, but
Yeah, that's a
maybe
good
not.
point. That's a good point. Yeah,
No, maybe not.
attempted. Better for them, right? Oh, attempted
Yeah.
fraud instead of like actual.
I was gonna say, and then couldn't you just say like, "Oh, I wasn't actually gonna collect the money then," right? Oh, no,
Yeah.
it says they received a $25,000 settlement from Travelers Insurance.
Oh,
So they did receive one. So maybe they
okay.
got one payment and then that's when they cut it off before because it says the other ones they claimed $450,000 in stolen
Mm,
property, but
mm.
doesn't
Okay.
say that one was paid out. So maybe they just received the
A
one
partial. Yeah.
payment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Phone
Yeah.
50,000. God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, they should have aimed lower, like maybe like 100,000, see how that goes. And if that goes okay, then maybe like try it again.
But
But
they're rich, so 100,000 to
yeah,
them, they're like, "Yeah, pish posh pennies," like,
I know.
oh my
So
god.
true. Well, should we get into the recap then?
Yes.
Yes, back when things were good for Wendy and before all this went down, they pick up at the Bloom Ball, Ashley's second Bloom Ball. They're all kind of having a little discussion. They welcome Tia and Angel to the group. They're really just not messing with Stacy. Like they all are not liking her and making fun of her breath. And I'm starting to feel a little bad for her. It's like very much a
Yeah,
pile on, which
it
is hard
is.
to see, right? Like,
It's hard to see, but Stacey is a mess. She's quite
yeah.
the character, I will say that, like, I do think she's bringing a lot to the show, like, she's bringing the drama, she's bringing the tea,
Mhm.
but it does seem it's getting mean because I think we see it again, right, at towards the
Yeah.
end of the episode. It's like I need to smell her breath. Like, I need to know what this breath smells like. Like, I
Mhm.
need to know what we're talking about here. Is it like, what is it really that bad, or are they just being assholes?
Well,
So if
and they
anybody has
even
smelled Stacey's breath in the comments, let us.
I just realized how mean this is because now every time someone talks to her, that's what they're gonna be doing, right? Like she's obviously gonna be at BravoCon and everyone that meets her is gonna be like, well, they want to smell her breath. And then they're either gonna say, oh yeah, it smells bad just for a moment, or be like, no, it doesn't. So that is rough that they've like put this stigma on her. Cause even on Watch What Happens Live, they do like a silly little segment with questions. And this time it was Stacy with like bad breath coming out, like green, like smell. And that was like they were like making fun of her, and she wasn't there, like behind her back on Watch What Happens Live. So like they're really going far with this. So
Well, maybe if Andy interviews her, he'll ask to smell it and put it to
yeah,
bed once and for all of us. I feel
that's
like
the
he
thing.
would do that actually.
When I can't remember which girls were talking about being Nigerian, and then Stacey was like, "Oh yeah, me too," and they were like, "No, I don't believe." Like they just don't believe anything she says anymore, which is so sad. But
Yeah,
I
they
guess
were
she did it
all
to herself.
yeah, they were all like, okay,
Yeah,
oh well, like they're all excited to be Nigerian. She's like, me too. They're like, oh.
yeah.
Yeah, they're being mean to her. And the thing is I don't know what she's done to deserve this because I didn't watch the past seasons, but it certainly can't be because you think she lied about her divorce and she hired somebody to be her boyfriend. Like,
I think so. Like that was the main storyline at last season's reunion because I saw bits of that, and yeah, it was them all coming for her about this fake boyfriend. So that was like the biggest storyline besides Karen's DUI. So she's really carrying the show with her lies. But then it's like, is she really hurting anyone? If she wants to lie and say that's her man and she pays him, like who cares, right? It's not
Right.
against anyone. So
Right. Or
maybe
even
that's
if I'm not fully divorced, like, what's it to you, bitch? Like, the
yeah,
fuck? Like, oh, is it like making you lose sleep at night? It's not like I'm
yeah.
lying on you guys. I'm lying about my own shit. Like,
I know they're making a big deal out of it, but then we go to Wendy's house and she's got her romper on. I love a romper. It's very hard to go to the bathroom in them. You gotta take it all off, but they look super cute. So, what did you think of her heels for her casual day at home? Like so fancy.
yeah, she's very fancy. That's why I was like,
Yes,
why are we committing insurance fraud? Like, you this are
right.
fancy. Yeah, like,
We didn't see it coming from her at all. But then she didn't know how to open champagne. So I'm like, okay, I would have thought maybe that's just how fancy she is. She never has to open her own champagne, and someone
yeah,
else always does
somebody
it.
always opens the bottle for her for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, her and Stacey had a little I don't know, do you think they're that close, or was that just, like, no one will film with Stacey and Wendy will, so we have to do
Are
this?
we at a point where no one will film with Stacey though? Because that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, she's not done that much, and I mean, her life is pushing the storylines along, it's giving them something to talk about, so
Yeah.
I don't know if they won't film with her, but we saw Ashley do that scene with her last time, and I think anytime anyone tries to talk to her, they get really frustrated, right? Because
Yeah.
she just lies and, like, you can't have a serious conversation with her, so,
Right. Right.
yeah, but they I don't know, they seem not the closest of friends, but somebody had to talk to her, I think.
Yeah, they didn't seem like friends at all. Like,
No,
at
it
all.
was a
It
little
just seemed like
awkward.
you two need to film a scene together. We need some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Wendy was like, "Fine, I can show off my romper and my heels, so I'll do it." So,
right, right. Yeah, they don't seem like
um,
friends at all.
no, not at all. So, what do you think of Tia? I keep getting confused, like, are we watching The Real Housewives of London, but it's Tia with her English accent and
Yes, I think she's cute. I don't think we've seen enough of her yet for me to like make a judgment, but she does have a
mhm,
super posh accent, like super
mhm,
posh. So I'm like, I mean, so far so good. She hasn't really brought any mess or drama as of yet.
yeah. Yeah, she was funny about did she say, like, "I'm not gonna get haggard looking after kids," or something, so her husband is basically like the nanny, which I love that. I'm like, "Good for her," because 4 kids is a
Yeah,
lot of
because
kids,
she
so
kind of like made it a joke, like, so he's basically the nanny. She's like, yeah.
yeah. Did
I,
she say how she has all this money just from being, like, a Nigerian princess or something? It was, like,
I
family money?
don't, yeah, I think it's family money. She didn't really say. Did she say what her husband did?
I think she said because I remember they were like, "Oh, he's a nerd." She said he's some kinda, like, I don't wanna say, like, aerospace engineer, but I think something to do with engineering or computers because they were like, "Oh, he's a nerd." So maybe he's got money too, and he's being the nanny, so Tia is winning at life. Good for her.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. It definitely didn't sound like he was just existing in
Yeah, no,
her
I don't think he's
riches.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's actually the nanny, but, I mean, the man that works and helps with the kids is, like, ideal, right? So good for her. That's
Yeah, your
but there's
husband.
some
Oh, your
yeah.
husband.
Well, as we know, he's not doing the best job right now because I can hear the kids screaming and jumping around, but he's trying. It's hard to keep them quiet, so I get it. But I feel like the husbands on this show are pretty good. The ones that we've
We've got a
got, right?
good
Like
batch.
they're
We've
the
got
most
a
likable.
yeah, we've got a good batch. I hate to, you know me, I'm a man hater, so I'm like, oh God, what's coming, you
Yeah.
motherfuckers? But so far so good. There's a lot of like we got a lot of black love, which I love to see. So I just
Mhm.
hope we continuously see that throughout the season, and none
Yeah.
of these mother jokers mess up and do something
Yeah.
trifling. Shit.
No cheating scandals, just fraud, but no cheating
Yeah,
scandals. So
just fraud. Fraud we can handle.
but
Cheating,
they're doing it together, so it's so
it's like
romantic. Like
so
they're
Bonnie and Clyde.
exactly. Then we see Ashley with Josh. So do you think Josh was cute? Is he your type?
No.
I agree.
Don't even finish the sentence. No. I was like,
No.
is this a joke? Like, she looks
Yeah.
so grown up next to him and just so like bad bitch, like all dolled up, and there he is, like
Yeah.
just there. I was like, oof.
Was she saying he should put product in his hair or stop putting product in his hair? She was said something about like his hair she was not a fan of. Something he's not doing right.
I think she said not to put product in his
Oh,
hair.
okay, okay. Yeah. He's all right, but like she's so gorgeous and it's like and then there's him. But after her marriage with this older man that was terrible to her, I think she just wants a little fun. And like she said, he's so nice to me, which is sweet. So she's having a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah, at least she's just having a good time, because we've seen these housewives think that they can marry these 30-year-olds. At least she's
Larsa.
very well aware that, you know what, I'm just having a good time.
Yeah.
That is it. That is all.
Yeah. And I think she's pretty young too. Like I don't even know if she's 40 yet. I know
Yeah.
maybe she is, but I know she's like there's a few housewives that are like 30s to like early 40s. I think she's one of them. So he's not that much younger. Did she say is he like 28 or something?
I don't know.
Still,
Yeah.
yeah, not probably not marriage material. So then we see Angel with her husband, which they're adorable together.
Adorable.
Were they talking about meeting on Facebook or something? She slid in his Facebook DMs. I haven't heard that for a while.
Or
So.
he slid in hers, I think she said, and
Yeah.
then she said that she didn't answer for a while, and then she
Yeah.
answered once she
That's so
realized he
funny
was a
'cause
ball player.
yeah. Hey, you gotta Google these guys before you ignore them. I don't even know if they had Google then. If there was Facebook, there was Google, right? Facebook came after Google, I think.
I can't remember.
That's so funny. I actually first messaged my husband on Facebook. So Facebook's bringing a lot of couples together because we met in person and
Mhm.
then he gave me his phone number and then I was like, I'm not calling that guy. No, like I don't want to. Then like 2 weeks went by and I was like, this Facebook thing was like brand new. It had just come out. And I was
Yeah.
like, that seems like a less intimidating way to contact someone versus like calling them on the phone, right? And so I slid in his Facebook DMs there and that's how it all began. So back when there was only Facebook and no Instagram, it was bringing people together. So
And now Facebook is Instagram because
they're
they're
the
one
same company.
company. Yeah.
But yeah, they're so cute together. So yeah, don't let us
Very cute.
down. What's his name? Angel and Mr. Ball Player.
Yeah, husband, Angel and husband. Just
Yeah.
please, please, please don't let us down.
I always worry because, when they go on these shows, the people come out of the woodwork. So hopefully not with them. They seem so happy. So
Yeah, super cute.
yeah, then we get into this little I don't know if it was what kind of party it was, like with the wellness party, let's just say,
Yeah.
and chin checking. That's said it so many times, the words lost all meaning to me. I had never heard of chin checking before, like Tia. It was a brand new term to me. So, do you chin check people?
I don't chin check people, but the term chin check is literally like I chin checked you. Like it's a physical thing. Like that's
Oh,
supposed to mean you put somebody in their place, right? Like that is
uh-huh.
what it's supposed to mean, but it is like it does have a physical element behind it. Like I had to chin
Okay.
check her. Like I didn't punch you in your face, but I chin checked you. Like, you know what I mean? To let you know not
Yeah.
to fucking play with me.
So do you
Yeah.
think that's what happened or no? Because
No, I think
no.
she meant it as like a reference. Like basically I had to put her in her place. I had to let her know. Like,
Yeah.
but it's like to say you chin check somebody is say I put you in your place in a negative way. Like not in
Yeah.
a positive, like productive way, but like in a like bitch don't play with me type of way,
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought that was because when Giselle first said it, and then I think she was like, "No, I never said that." But then she talked to her and said, "You did use that term." And then she went to Angel and apologized. I was like, "Okay, I did use that term. I'm being told now." So I thought that was very mature. They resolved it really.
Yeah, and Angel didn't seem to like have any feelings about it. She was like, okay, yeah, like.
Yeah. Yeah, they all resolved it very well, which
But
we
it
ain't to
was
see.
I thought it was very funny though, like the fact that what's her name, the blonde one?
Oh, Giselle.
Giselle was just like, nope, you said this. And
Yeah.
you could tell she was looking at her like, damn, bitch, like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're just
Yeah.
throwing me under the bus here. She's like, no, you said you checked her. Like, and I'm like, okay, like, she's giving us drama. Like, she's obviously doing it to, like,
Mhm.
get, like, for the cameras. But I just thought it was so funny. Like, why would you do that to your friend? Like, be like, no, bitch, you told me that you checked her. And you, like, she
Yeah.
was like, God damn. Like, that was funny.
Giselle is like an OG of the show. She's messy and she knows what needs to be done. Like she keeps
Yeah.
it pushing. So yeah,
Yeah.
she's good. There was another girl, Robin, that was on that was friends with her, and they were great together. I don't know why they fired Robin or they paused her. They bring people back, so maybe
Okay.
she'll come back. So
Okay.
they have a podcast together. It's called
Okay.
Reasonably Shady. So
Oh, cute name.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's good. So, yeah, she always keeps the scenes going. She knows she's like not like a Tamara, like she's definitely not like as crazy as Tamara, but she
Yeah.
knows how to push the story. Like she's
I
not
see that.
afraid to say
Yeah.
something to your
Yeah.
face. Yeah,
I
we need
definitely got
those.
that vibe. Like she's gonna get the tea. She's gonna make it a good scene. She's gonna make sure that, we get a
Everyone confronts
dramatic,
each other.
get a dramatic moment. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they talked about mints and poor Stacy's breath again. So it's getting a little old, but it is. Yeah, then they get together to celebrate Karen's birthday because she's in jail. That'd be rough celebrating your birthday in jail. I guess every day in jail is rough,
It's
but
rough. Yeah.
birthday even more so. This cookie lady was hilarious. Did you?
I always think it's so funny when they have like when they have like people come in, vendors or whatever, they're like all fighting and they're like the person's like
Right?
like they
I
don't
know.
know what the hell's going on. They're just like, do you know? Okay. It happened on Salt
I
Lake
know.
City too, the flower lady. She was like,
Yes.
do you guys want to go? Or
When
it's
she
always
came
like
out with the
really
wine, she's like, I got more wine to open. And they're like
and they're,
screaming at each
yeah,
other.
yeah. I
Yeah.
always think it's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. But the cookie lady, oh, so her name is Cookie. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know why this
I'm like,
scene.
where are we going with this?
I'm like, I don't know why this scene. I'm like drawing a blank.
Yeah, then Cookie, wait, Cookie didn't spill the tea though, right? Wasn't it Ashley that said it? Because I remember Cookie's reaction being like, what? Because she said she talks to so Monique used to be on the show,
Okay.
and her ex-husband, Chris, that's who Cookie said she talks to Chris, and that's how it got brought up. And then Ashley, I think, was the one that said, wasn't it Ashley? The one that said,
Yep.
yeah, Stacy has been trying to hook up with Monique's ex-husband. So
Yeah.
Stacy has a lot going on. Is she getting
Stacy
divorced?
I'm telling you, she's keeping this show going. And although
Yeah.
all the episodes have just been about her. So I'm like, you guys, like, she's giving us cinema, okay? Because are you getting back with your husband? Are you paying TJ? Are you trying to get back with somebody's ex? She's giving a storyline. She said, I'm going to keep my spot on this show.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense as to maybe why the ladies are all treating her this way, because they know this is coming. Like they know she's been trying to hook up with like, another cast member's ex-husband, and they're probably like preemptively assuming that everyone's gonna not like her. So they're like, we'll just pile on her and talk about her breath because nobody's gonna care. So, but the audience usually hates a pile on, so I don't know if we'll see people defend her or not. So we see Monique shows up next week, so that's gonna get messy, and I'm excited to see that. So.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm like so tempted to go back and watch all of the other seasons. Like so tempted. Like when
Me
I
too.
get a second, when Love is Blind is over, like I'll consider it. But
Yeah.
right now I'm like, oof.
I know, it's so much, but I think, like I said, around Christmas, we'll have time to, like, go back and watch old stuff, so maybe we'll do it then, but any other thoughts about this episode?
No, just looking forward to next week's.
Yes, it's gonna be good. So, should we get into our Love is Blind wedding spoilers now?
Yeah.
Drum roll, please. Now
Yeah.
you've been warned. If you don't want any spoilers, then look away now and come back on our next episode. We'll recap episode 12, the wedding episode for you. But you cannot wait till Wednesday. We got the tea here now for you.
Yes. Okay. So wedding day spoilers are nobody gets married.
Nobody gets
Nobody gets
married.
married, and you said that based on like, go back and look at when the cast was announced. Ashley said, "I think that there's gonna be no weddings because of the poster," right? You
Yeah,
said that the poster gave it away. It says something like, "Love is blind unless you're
until you're
blindsi."
blindsided.
Yes,
Yeah,
and so she was like, "I don't know, this is kind of giving that no one gets married," and at that time, we did not have any spoilers, so, yeah,
it was
nobody.
ominous. The
Y
poster was
yeah,
ominous.
yeah,
Yeah.
you said that. So, yeah, Megan and Jordan are not even gonna make it down the aisle, which a lot of us assumed because we don't see any wedding day footage of them. Um, Episode 11 left off on the heels of them, like, kind of having this fight about their lifestyles and their differences, and then Jordan went on AD's podcast, and p they're like, "No, he's 100% married," because he spoke so highly of Megan. Um they're gonna actually break up before the altar. They're gonna break this little fight that we're seeing, they're gonna break up. So they're not even gonna
Mhm.
make it to the altar. So another one bites the dust. And then
Yep.
we have KB and Edmund, which obviously I think anyone can see from a mile away that KB is going to say no. I believe
Mhm.
Edmund says yes, and KB is going to say no, which I think we all seen coming.
Yeah.
And Allie and Anton, again, there's holes there. It's kind of obvious that they're not compatible. Um, and she's going to say no. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like she's been setting that up for a while for us, kind of pointing out his drinking. And I mean, she has every right to not marry him. I wouldn't either. And I just feel like I feel like they all want to do what Joe did, right? And what Casey did. Nobody likes each other, but they're riding it out for this big moment. Like Annie was begging Nick to do, and Madison was begging Joe to do. They weren't begging these guys to marry them. They're begging them to get the moment at the altar because Allie and KB are going to get that moment of no in their dress. And some people wouldn't really want to do that, like drag their
I
family to a
wouldn't
wedding.
want to do that. I'm so confused why people want that moment. Like, I would be mortified for my mom and my sister and everybody to come and, like, I'm in this beautiful gown, and Love is Blind, it has upped the wedding budget. So it's a beautiful ceremony, flowers,
Mhm.
everything. To say no
I
and then have to walk off like, "Oh," you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
guess if you wanna
like
be the
Kim.
one if you wanna be the one to say no, I guess you want that moment, but, like, why would a guy agree to do that? Like, that's still so embarrassing, right? Like, even if you
Mhm.
go to the altar and you're like, "I know you're gonna say no," like, a girl's not willingly gonna be like, "Okay, like, I know, like, he's gonna say no to me, so I'm gonna still go." Why would a
Mhm.
guy do that? Like, it's still embarrassing for the guy to sit there after the bride done stormed off and be like, "Thanks
So
for coming.
bad.
Thanks for coming, everybody." Like, it's still so embarrassing. I wouldn't wanna do that.
It's because they want that moment, that deep tea got, rightfully so, where you say, like, I choose myself and I don't want to be married this bad to marry this bad guy, right? Not that these are bad guys, but they're definitely not marriage material. But you knew that in the pods. So you shouldn't have got engaged to this weird dude. But
Yeah.
you did because you knew this guy, there's no way people are going to think I should marry him. I'm going to get this moment of saying no and choosing myself and be a big star. So it's really bad this season. The lack of genuineness, and you
Yeah.
can tell they're all just trying to ride it out to the altar. I don't know why it's so bad this season. Like, everyone is always going for fame now, we can admit that, but it seems like they at least do want love too usually, or at least some of them, but this time
Yeah.
it's like
No,
nobody
I
is
the
there.
only person that I think desperately wanted love and marriage by any means necessary was Annie.
Yeah, you
I
don't
think that I think if even though I think she wanted to go to the altar, I think she knew Nick was gonna say no, but she still wanted to go to the altar to have that moment. But I
mhm.
think that if Nick were to say yes, Annie would say yes too because she so desperately wants to be married.
I don't think anyone is surprised to hear that. Like we said, Megan and Jordan were maybe the only one that had a bit of hope, I thought, before this last drop, but after this last drop, no. And then did you see they released a bunch of deleted scenes?
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I made a clip of Allie and Anton with Anton's friends. I just haven't gotten around to posting it yet, but it definitely the deleted scenes always fill in a lot of blanks for us, and I think they leave them out for a reason, but her friends were very suspicious of Anton because she told them about the strip club thing, and they weren't buying that it's been a year since he went. So, and then Megan's friends. Did you see that clip?
Yeah, I seen the clips, but I didn't watch them. Like, that's
Mhm.
just me being
Oh,
honest. I'm like, I
uh,
seen them, and like, I think I listened to, like, I watched them with the sound off, but
uh-huh.
I was like, deleted clips.
What?
Who cares? I know what happens.
No, they're good.
Oh, okay, so
No,
I'll watch
they're
them.
good.
Okay.
Our friend Christina Coca posted the Megan one. So the first thing Megan's friends say to Jordan is, "So how does it feel like rolling up in your Kia with Megan in her Range Rover?" Yeah. And so if you see that, you're kind of like he was really gracious and humble, and he was kind of like, "No, I would never drive a Range Rover. Like I can't and I won't." So, but they were very much like, "Are you going to feel like everything we've been wondering?" They said right to his face, "Are you going to feel emasculated if she's paying for everything?" So,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, as much as you can say, "No, it doesn't bother me. It's going to be fine." I don't think it would work out. So,
Yeah. No, that's actually really mean of them. But
yeah.
there we have it, folks. There's not going to be any weddings. So I
No.
think I
But
think that's why we've been asking ourselves, like, well, why is everybody doing all these interviews and why are they talking so much? And I feel like this makes sense because, we don't have any weddings, so we're going to focus on what we focus on at the reunion. We're still getting a reunion, and this is
mhm,
the first season that this has happened. So I think it's okay to have like one season where there's no marriages, but if this keeps happening, like Love is Blind's
yeah.
going to have to call it a day.
Yeah, it's hard to get invested when you know that they don't really care, but then it's also fun to watch the mess. So,
It was nice. I will say that this was the first season where it was all chaos. So it's
uh-huh.
like usually we get a healthy balance of like chaos and love. Some people really like the love, some people really like the chaos. We just got a lot of chaos. So,
Yeah.
it's still good TV. It was quite
Well,
entertaining to see these people pretend to like each other and
yeah.
pretend to want to be married.
And I know a lot of people do say, like, "Oh, I just skip the weddings. Like, I don't care. Like, oh, that's the happy couple. I don't watch their scenes." So maybe they're taking note of that and they're like, "Well, you're not getting no happy couples then. We're just gonna
Seriously.
have mess." So,
I'm one of those people. I'd be like, oh, I don't, oh, the people I know, oh, they said yes. I don't even watch the wedding.
mhm.
But
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good reunion. We'll wait and do the reunion spoilers after we do our recap of the wedding because there's still lots of Love is Blind to come this week. And
yeah,
we all know once the reunion stops, the mess starts because then they're really allowed to talk and they have a lot to say. So
yeah, yeah.
I think Madison in particular. So
Yes. So we'll make sure we keep you guys all up to date on all of the mess. But there you have
mhm.
it.
Let us know if you're gonna watch Married at First Sight. I think we've asked on a couple of our episodes, but it's coming out on Peacock now. So people are thinking it's gonna be more popular. So if you're gonna watch it, let us know. Maybe we'll cover that one. I think we will cover the first drop because we've never watched. So we just kind of want to see what it's all about and how it's different than Love is Blind or how it's the same. So I'm interested to see
Yeah,
how it'll be. And
yeah,
then we also have our Salt Lake City recap coming in Miami, last one, last part of the reunion, then it's all done, and OC. Anything else exciting you want to talk about?
nope, that's
No. Well,
it.
big week. We're excited for all the fun and tea to come, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for listening.
Bye, guys.
Bye.